The Congo River, heart and soul of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Its forceful, untamed natural power is symbolic of the unrealized potential of this resource-wealthy nation. With its strong natural current, this river could supply power to all of Central and Southern Africa. But today, much of the Congo's vast territory is perennially without electricity. In 1997, the people of Congo celebrated the ouster of President Mobutu, ending over 3 decades of Western-backed dictatorship. Just 1 year later, the Congo was drawn into a vicious war, kick-started by the invasion of the DRC by its neighbors Rwanda and Uganda. At the onset of the war, the DRC government appealed to youth, 18 to 25, to volunteer.
My dream was not to be a soldier. I wanted to be in politics.
Quel est votre point de vue sur l'avenir du Congo?
But I think if the politicians put their own interests aside and give more importance to the interests of the people, then I think the future would be better.
Vous êtes optimiste que ça sera bien?
Oui, je suis optimiste.
We are talking about 3 million deaths, directly and indirectly. There are more indirect deaths. There is no drinking water. There is no decent food each day. There are the rapes, there are diseases, there is AIDS. I think we have rarely seen so much tragedy in one country happening at the same time.
Located southwest of the embattled areas is Kinshasa, the capital. There, the day-to-day is vibrant and bustling. More than half of the total population is aged 15 and under. Despite dire living conditions, the prevailing mood of the youth is quietly upbeat. They've adapted to the country's lack of infrastructure, such as public transportation and navigable roads. Nevertheless, Congolese young people scoff at the irony of their own economic distress when compared with the Congo's vast mineral wealth. The Congo possesses 1/3 of the world's gold and diamonds, and 60% of the world's coltan, a mineral needed for cell phones.
This is not a country that belongs to a particular class. I am Congolese.
Moi, je suis Congolais. Aujourd'hui, mon pays...
And my country is listed as a wealthy country, but I never ever found this wealth since I was born. I've never felt it. Do I have to wait till I die before I can have it?
Est-ce qu'il faut attendre que je meure pour que je puisse palper cette richesse? Non!
We visited Mbuji-Mayi, hub of a government-controlled diamond operation. Many of the miners here were teenagers, during their bid to escape poverty by digging. After the assassination of his father in 2001, Joseph Kabila was selected president of the Congo. At 29, he was then the world's youngest sitting president. He then spoke of creating a social revolution of hope in the Congo.
The Congo constitutes today, tomorrow, the real power in this part of Africa. And when the Congo becomes economically powerful, it's all the nations that will benefit from that particular power. So how soon can we see the riches of the Congo start trickling back to the people and especially the young? Well, as soon as we get peace. I mean, there are priorities. Yes, a very rich nation, but a rich nation without peace, without stability is nothing.
It is now acknowledged that the Congo's vast mineral wealth has largely financed the 5-year war in the region. The link between the Congo's natural resources and the war was documented recently in a UN report detailing the pillage of the country's resources. It was charged that Rwanda and Uganda have both used profits from the Congo's minerals to bankroll their military campaigns. The University of Kinshasa, once a leading academic center of all Africa, is now badly neglected. But the students here are resilient. They manage to negotiate what essentially is a survival system. Like all Congolese, the students at university are highly opinionated about affairs of state.
Regarding our president, he is trying to help us. He is trying to stand in our shoes. However, the problem is that he is surrounded by people who are more selfish. Everyone is trying to promote their own interest while forgetting about the needs of young people. He is our president and we are here to help him. I really do appreciate and encourage our president, but the problem is that who is really going to help him out? Is it going to be us, young people, or the old generation? Because those people, those dinosaurs, as to speak, don't really care about young people, the students. Do you see what I mean? This is just up to us to bring changes so we can help our young president.
What I deplore in him is the lack of private initiative. He doesn't have an entrepreneurial spirit. He is now surrounded by a political class. They're still in power. And he has become like a political pawn because everyone is coming to him with all their theories, saying what they can bring to the table. And we find ourselves in a situation with a president who arrived under dubious circumstances. We don't even know what he studied or what he specialized in. And then suddenly, here he is, straight away in power. So if we have to judge him based on what he's doing now, we can see that there are certain things that aren't working. So that's why I think that in some respects, our president, the president of DRC, has not really performed well. We do recognize certain initiatives that he's undertaken so that we could get to this point of having peace talks. That's true. But that was under pressure, and that even cost his father his life.
Moi, Joseph Kabila, président de la République démocratique du Congo, désigné conforme.
In December of 2002, the government of the Congo and the two major rebel groups, le Rassemblement des Congolais pour la démocratie, or RCD, and le Mouvement de libération des Congolais, or MLC, signed a power-sharing agreement in South Africa. In the deal, Joseph Kabila was designated president. Also, 4 vice presidents were named, one from le Rassemblement des Congolais pour la démocratie, one from le Mouvement de libération des Congolais, one from civil opposition, and one from the former DRC government.
Les politiciens ne savent que tirer la couverture.
The politician knows only how to pull the sheets over to their side of the bed. They only see their own interests. They don't think about the people. What is the true reality? People not eating, there are no roads, hospitals are dysfunctional, there are no medicines, people are living in hell. What are the politicians doing? Nothing. Can you just kind of share what some of your vision is for DRC in 5 years in the future? What should we expect?
What we should expect is for the Congo to play its rightful role in the region, in Africa, and in the world. 5 years from now, we should see highways from east to west, north to south. 5 years from now, when you come back, you should see people in Kinshasa and anywhere else in the Congo, joyous people, people who will be laughing and telling very positive stories, I should say. Now that's what we want to achieve in the next 5 years. Is it much? No, not at all. It's not quite much, but it can be done. Yo, yo,